Well, that came up quick. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. And bring up my my monitor here. See if somebody joins me here in the chat. Testing 1 2 3. Oh yeah, the audio is good. The audio is perfect. Video is perfect. The audio is perfect there. I'm not hesitating at all on my monitor. That's great. Maybe we fixed it. I hope so. I'm on the air. I'm live. Emergency Management Associates. Testing 1 2 3. Test. Testing 1 2 3. Bingo. Yeah, it looks great. Looks great. Yeah, it looks good. Carrie, you're here. Yeah. Audio looks good or sounds good. Oh, that's perfect. Okay. Maybe it was just the drivers. Maybe it was just those drivers. Wow. I hate those Microsoft updates. I really do. I think they suck. Yeah. True. That's true too. Yeah. Yeah. True. Yeah. Speaking of which, yeah. Yeah. Speaking of which, how about VPNs? Would getting a VPN affect this or not? Uh-huh. Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah. Really? Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah, it does. Just everything. Yeah, I'm surprised. Usually we have quite a few people here in the chat room. Yeah. Now, I have gone on the air during the emergencies. There have been some seismic emergencies. Like I said, that volcano in the Canary Islands a few years ago, I went on there at midnight. And I immediately had 100 people. And before I was done an hour later, I had like 600, 800 people that had seen it live. And then by the time I woke up the next morning and I got a call from the Canary Islands and got on the air again to broadcast, all of a sudden I had 2,000 or 3,000 people that saw my original broadcast. So yeah. Yeah. I had somebody from Romania in here last night. Tonight I had 2 people from England. I had one person from Ireland. No, 2 people from Ireland and 1 from Wales. And I had someone from Iceland here. So literally all over the world. And I had a couple people from Greece. So it was good. It was good. Yeah. Well, I think we did it, partner. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that. Yeah, that's the truth. Yeah, I think so too. This looks great. Yeah. Well, I can put those defaults back in, so I'm not too worried about that. Yeah, I'll take them down. I'll definitely take those down. Oh yeah, yeah. I've been hearing it. I've got my telephone here, Carrie, and I have some software on my phone called Earthquake Tracker, and it tells me every time we have anything over a 2.5 anywhere around the world. And tonight, over in Greece, well, not in Greece itself, but over in the Dodecanese Islands that belong to Greece, between Greece and Turkey, where all these earthquakes have been happening. We've had upwards of 4.9 earthquake tonight already since I left the air. So it's been constant, about every 3 to 5 minutes. Yeah, more earthquakes in Greece all over the place, unfortunately. I wish that wasn't the case. I wish they'd calm down. But it doesn't look like it. No, it doesn't look like it at all. But anyway, that's why they have me here. That's why I do my job. Yeah, I will do that. I'll do that. Okay, we'll do that, Carrie. God bless you, brother. Couldn't have done this without you. Yeah. Oh, I know the feeling. Back then. Okay. Sounds like a plan. Okay. I'll do that. I'll do that. Thanks so much, brother. Appreciate you so much. All right, we'll see you on the air. All right. Take care. Thanks, Carrie. See you. Bye. We fixed it. Okay, guys, it looks like we're fixed here. Our weather here in North Carolina, it's getting cooler. Let me check really quick and see what the temperature is here. It's 44 degrees here in Morganton, North Carolina. Now, that is going to drop. Tonight, we probably are going to drop into the low to mid 30s by about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Okay, already it's 11 o'clock now, almost 11 o'clock now, and it's going to drop to at least, it could even drop into higher 20s. Okay, that's what it's going to be. Tomorrow, however, we're supposed to get some rain and maybe 50-degree temperatures, if I'm not mistaken. So that's going to change there. You guys mentioned earthquakes around Greece, over in the Dodecanese Islands east of Greece, and these earthquakes are right smack dab in the middle of the Aegean Sea. Now let's go over here. I've got the USGS map here, and the USGS map is not going to show all the earthquakes. Let me take our banner down. Let's take our webcam down, and let's go over here to the map here and see exactly where we're at. Now, like I was telling my friend that was helping me with my computer, what has been going on over in the Dodecanese Islands east of Greece is that we had one large earthquake, and we've had a lot of other earthquakes as well. Now, earlier today, about 1 p.m. this afternoon, we had a 5.1 large earthquake over here in the Dodecanese Islands. Now, all these islands just east of Turkey, where you're not seeing my cursor here, but over here on the right side, this is Turkey. The islands just off the coast of Turkey belong to Greece. They're called the Dodecanese Islands. So all these earthquakes that we're seeing tonight here in the Dodecanese Islands are what's happened. Now, they are still, USGS is still not showing all the earthquakes. Okay? Just about 2 hours ago, we had a 4.9. Now, this is a 5.1 here that we had earlier this afternoon. This happened, actually this one happened just after 9:38 this morning. But we had another 5.1 just after 1:30 this afternoon. So that's 2. Then tonight, we had another 4.9. Now, you guys that have been with me for a long time know that the 4.9s I don't trust. Why? Because the agency downgrades the earthquakes. They may put it up as a 4.9, however, it's probably a larger earthquake than that. Now, last year, about spring last year, USGS had designated 4.0s as moderate earthquakes. They redesignated them as of spring last year as light earthquakes. These 4.0 to 4.9 are not light anything. The 4.0 to 4.9, I believe, are still, I don't care what BS says, they're still moderate earthquakes. They do damage. They do damage. Anytime you have a moderate earthquake, it can do damage. Whether it knocks your teacup off your dining table, or off your end table in your living room, or your nightstand in the bedroom. It can knock books off of shelves. A 4.5, for example, can knock books off of shelves and rattle your dishes in your kitchen. It can do that. As it goes between 4.5 to 4.9, it can actually break things. Dishes on shelves can fall off the shelf and break. Glasses in cupboards fall out of cupboards as well and break. They may call it a light earthquake, but they are not light earthquakes at all. They can cause damage. Now, there's something else you need to know about 4.5, what they call light earthquakes. These are not light at all. They're moderate earthquakes. Back in 2014, Los Angeles, California had a 4.5. At least that's what they called it. Now, at the time, I had cable TV in my home. And it was hooked up where I could watch Los Angeles television stations. One of my friends worked for KTLA Channel 5 out of Los Angeles. I was watching his news program. And it happened at about 5 p.m., just after 5 p.m. in LA in the evening, and there was they said it was a 4.5 earthquake. Guess what? He and his broadcast partner got under their desk. The lights in the studio were swaying a lot overhead. That usually does not, you don't see that with a moderate quake. You don't. But what happened out during that quake is very much a concern to me. I ended up going to Los Angeles after the Emergency Operations Center in Los Angeles asked me to go there to help them. I'd done earthquake drills in Los Angeles and San Francisco, Santa Rosa, and various other places in San Diego, California as well. That's why LA called me and asked me to go there. What ended up happening with that 4.5 earthquake? It tore up water mains and gas mains all over Los Angeles. They ended up going out and repairing or replacing gas mains, natural gas mains, and also water mains all over the city. Also, it broke plate glass windows in stores, in homes, other businesses throughout Los Angeles. That was not a 4.5 like they said. It was a larger earthquake. 4.5s will not break gas mains and water mains. Okay? I'm going to tell you right straight up. They don't do that. So USGS was lying to the public. Caltech and USGS were lying completely, bare-faced, bald-faced lying to the public. This is just one reason why I don't trust the U.S. agency. Now, yes, the U.S. agency is supposed to be the premier agency around the world. They're supposed to be. But guess what? They do not show all the earthquakes around the world either. They hand select what earthquakes they want to talk about for a show. Rarely do they ever show the largest earthquakes. Okay? I'm going to take, for example, I'm going to back out of the Dodecanese Islands here. Yes, this was the largest earthquake earlier this morning. But again, there was another one they designated as a 4.9, and I believe is at least a 5 to 5.1 here in the Dodecanese Islands this afternoon. You see these red dots here. These red dots are earthquakes that just happened. They're supposed to be earthquakes that just happened. This one here is a 4.4. Again, supposed to be a moderate earthquake. Right next to it, this is another 4.4. Okay? This happened at 3:22. This supposedly happened at 3:33 this afternoon. I don't think that's true. No, that's UTC. That's UTC. Let me change that. Hold on a second. I can change that. I'm going to change that to my time zone here. Okay? This earthquake happened at 10:33 p.m. this evening. All these red earthquakes are earthquakes that just happened within the last half hour to an hour. Okay, this happened at 10:33 this evening, which was about 30 minutes ago. This earthquake here happened at 10:36. Okay, just after that other one. This earthquake here is a 4.2. This earthquake happened at 22:28, meaning this earthquake happened before these other two did. Okay, how about this one down south? This is a 4.3. Okay, this earthquake just happened. In fact, this earthquake happened, then this one up to the north, and then these other two. So this is the first earthquake here, a 4.2. This earthquake here, 4.2, happened after that. Then this earthquake right here, and then this earthquake right here. So we went from 4.2 to over here to a 4.4, and over here to another 4.4. Okay, earthquakes are still happening, guys. Now B972 is asking, is this from a volcano there? Now, folks, I'm going to tell you straight up. Let me zoom in here to one of these islands. I want you to see what I know. Okay, right here. Right here. This is a volcano. This is a volcano, guys. It's not just that one. Let me show you another one here. Each and every one of these islands was formed by volcanoes. It was formed by volcanoes. There's a small town right here. Okay? Let's look around here. Right here. This is a cone right here. Actually, this is not a cone. This is a crater. This is the volcano here. This is the volcano here. Over here, you see a slight indentation here. After this first volcano erupted, then there was an eruption right here off to the north side of this volcano. Okay? It's this cone, this crater is a vent. It's a volcanic vent. Another vent there, and I believe there's other vents right there. Okay? Each and every one of these islands is formed by volcanic action. So, what are we saying here? Let me tell you this. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and I don't think I am, that there is magma beneath the surface here causing these earthquakes. I believe there's magma beneath the surface causing these earthquakes. Let's look over here. Right over here. This is another volcano right there. Okay? So you see what I'm saying there? Now let's back up out of here. Okay? I want to show you what's going on here. Okay, I've got that set. Satellite, plate boundaries, and U.S. faults. Okay, I don't think this is going to let me show you faults here, but let's go back over here. Okay, right here. This area is the border between Turkey and Syria right here. Okay, 2 years ago, February 3rd, just 2 days ago, right here in this area, there was a 9.0, 10.0 earthquake. There was a 9.0, 10.0 earthquake right here. Those red lines that you see here on your screen, those are earthquake faults. Okay? This is the Anatolian fault zone. Okay? Back on February 3rd, 2 years ago, there was a 9.0, 10.0 major earthquake here. It killed 5,000 people and injured over 5,000 more. Also, that earthquake created a huge fissure in the ground that was as high as an 8-story building, or as deep as an 8-story building. It was also 14 miles long. Major earthquake, huh? But look at where these faults go. The Anatolian fault goes south here into the eastern Mediterranean. It goes south of Corsica here. Or Cyprus, I mean. Cyprus. This is the island of Cyprus. It goes south of Cyprus. It also goes here through the eastern Mediterranean. It goes south of Crete here. You see where Crete is right here? It goes south of Crete. These earthquakes that are happening are up here north of there. Probably about, I want to say, 100 miles north of Crete, out here in the Aegean Sea. What I believe is happening is this magma that created all these islands is raging hard underneath the Aegean Sea. Now, does that mean there's an undersea volcano? Possibly. Possibly. But there might be another volcano on one of these islands where the magma is trying to get to again. Now, all of these islands were formed thousands of years ago. Okay? All of them were formed thousands of years ago. Now, these volcanoes have probably been ancient or extinct. The magma's hardened, or the lava's hardened here. And now there's more magma headed over here, and now the magma is trying to break up the rock in the crust of the earth. That's probably what is creating these earthquakes. This is probably what is creating these earthquakes here. Okay? So to answer your question, yes, I believe this is volcanic action. This is very much volcanic action, guys. Okay? Now, let me show you something else. All the volcanoes are resurging right now. Every one of the volcanoes are resurging. How is the magma coming up to the volcanoes? Way down south here in the South Pacific, there is a deep hole in the crust of the earth. There's a magma plume coming up from the center of the earth, and it's supplying all the magma to all the volcanoes around the world. There are volcanoes that are reawakening. There are volcanoes reawakening. But the magma plume comes down here from way down south here in the South Pacific. And the magma goes to all the volcanoes around the world. That's what's going on. Now let's go over here to the island of Hawaii. We know that Kilauea volcano has been erupting. Let's go over here and take a look. Okay? Now I have not looked recently to find out about Kilauea. But as of about a week and a half ago, Kilauea was erupting. We show 3 earthquakes over here. 3 earthquakes. This one is near POSSILE. Okay? This area is considered POSSILE. However, this is not POSSILE, Hawaii. POSSILE, Hawaii is this town right here. This is POSSILE, Hawaii. One of my friends had their grandson that graduated from POSSILE High School right here. This is POSSILE High School. You see I believe this is the field, the football field here in Hawaii. That is POSSILE High School. We've had earthquakes down here as well. It's far south, just south of the city of POSSILE. We've had earthquakes all over this area that is brown here. All this brownish area is lava. This entire area is lava here. Lava, where did it come from? From the volcano. From the volcano. This earthquake right here, that I just turned blue, this is a 2.6 minor earthquake here. A 2.6 minor earthquake. Now folks, that's significant. Most people are not going to feel a 2.6 minor earthquake. They're not. Just not. That's not going to be felt. But it is still significant because it shows magma going from out here in the Pacific down here off the coast from POSSILE, Hawaii, over here to this area where you see this blue earthquake. POSSILE area here, this large brown area this you see here, is like a gas station for POSSILE. A gas station for magma going to the volcanoes. There are underground magma chambers that go to all the volcanoes, including over here to Kilauea. Now this is probably a pretty good shot of Kilauea as it exists right now. This whole area you see in black here, this is what they call the caldera, where lava has erupted and the lava is cooled. Lava is cooled and hardened. It's called the caldera floor. Now over here in the southern part of the caldera is where we've had the recent eruption. It's erupted right here near the southeastern side of the volcano. Okay, it's erupted right here. It's also erupted right here where you see this white. Okay, that's the eruption site. Now the lava has transferred all over the caldera floor here. There's been lava fountains as high as 300 feet high. Okay, that's what's actually happened here. Now, folks, this is serious, okay? This lava caldera here, this floor, is just about 100 feet from the top of the rim of the volcano. It's now about 100 feet from the rim of the volcano. 3 years ago, 4 years ago even, I'm going to say 5 years ago, there was lava down here in the Kilauea volcano. This caldera existed up here. Then all of a sudden, the hole that was here, that you see right here in this caldera floor, was vacant. There was no lava there, and all of a sudden it dropped out. The present lava that had been erupting dropped out. Okay? It completely vanished from the Kilauea volcano. Now this whole area here is called the Howley Mau Mau crater. This is called the Howley Mau Mau crater, Kilauea volcano. When the lava dropped out, where did it go? Where did it go? Over here. We have another volcano called Pu'u'o'o. Guess what? Pu'u'o'o volcano also had fresh lava up here. And all of a sudden, at the same time the Kilauea lava dropped out, the lava dropped out of here from Pu'u'o'o as well. For several days, scientists wondered where it went. Well, back in 2018, the lava dropped out of both of those volcanoes, and all of a sudden, literally all of a sudden, there was one fissure, two fissures, 3, 6, 8, 10, and then all of a sudden, within a few days, we had a total of 24 fissures that opened up. Lava opened up down here where you see this earthquake here. This area is called Fern Forest. Fern Forest. See all this gray area? And see the striations in the lava here? Those striations are lava that was going downhill toward the ocean. That's why you see these striations going east and west here towards the ocean. There had been a fissure that opened up, and it was spewing lava all over the place. And that lava made its way to the ocean. And as a result, that lava also created new land on the island. Not just here in Fern Forest, but over here to the far northeast here. This is Leilani Estates. This is Leilani Estates. Now this map is somewhat old. This part of the Hawaiian map here is old. Why? Because you still see white lava plumes here. These white lava plumes, guys, are sulfur dioxide and carbon dioxide gas. That's what we're seeing here. Okay? These are where the fissures opened up here in Leilani Estates. And if you remember, if you were watching this happen here in Hawaii, the lava here opened up in 24 different fissures, and it spread across the landscape. And spreading across the landscape, it literally destroyed 1,500 homes. It destroyed 1,500 homes. Now, the lava didn't make its way over here to the ocean. It did make its way over the ocean, and in fact, you see the lava plume here. You can also see the fresh lava in the water. This was lava that was hardening. What happened here is the fresh lava hit the water, and it created lava bombs. The hot lava at 2,500 degrees hit the cold water, the relatively cold water. It's about 75, 80 degrees here. Hit the cold water of the Pacific Ocean and exploded. The lava exploded. There were lava bombs. There were tourist boats off the island of the Big Island of Hawaii. With these exploding lava bombs, some of these lava bombs went out into the air, and 2 lava bombs hit tourist boats. It also hit a tourist that got burned, and after a short while, there was a ban on tourist boats anywhere near the island. They had to stay far enough offshore where the lava bombs would reach them. But out here, this is Leilani Estates. See all this black or brown area here? This is fresh lava. The lava that erupted from these fissures here added about 2,000 acres to the big island of Hawaii. Okay? Now, is it going to happen again? Possibly. Is this going to happen again? Possibly. Okay? But you can see here the lava plumes here. The sulfur dioxide and carbon dioxide clouds emitting from the fissures here. Emitting from the fissures here. Now, when this lava was still hot, there were lava plumes all over this area because the fresh lava spreading over the landscape emitted the sulfur dioxide and carbon dioxide clouds. Okay? This happened. And people were told to stay out of the area because if you got a significant sniff of sulfur dioxide or carbon dioxide, it would kill you. It would definitely kill you. So that's what's happening here. Now out here, just south of Leilani Estates right here, this is a 1.8 tremor here. 1.8 tremor. North of here, we've also had earthquakes here recently. So we believe that the magma beneath the surface is still making its way over towards Leilani Estates. Will we have another eruption here of a fissure opening up here in Leilani Estates or Fern Forest? Possibly. But right now, the earthquakes have calmed down. Just about a week or two ago, we had a lot of earthquakes here. A lot. Like 20 to 23 earthquakes a day. Now, all we see here is the earthquake over at Kilauea and right here in these three areas. Off the coast. Off the coast here. Right here. This is an undersea volcano. This is an undersea volcano. This is a 2.0 magnitude quake. A 2.0 magnitude minor earthquake. Naalahu volcano. Naalahu volcano. Naalhu volcano. It's an undersea volcano. Okay? That's why we're getting these earthquakes offshore as well. Now, I don't see any of you still in this chat. I don't know whether you've given up or not. Okay? I don't know whether you've given up or not, but I want to show you what's going on here because this is an active volcano. There's many active volcanoes around the globe. There have been two earthquakes, one on the west, near the west shore of Australia today, and one on the southwest shore, or southeast shore. They're not shown here on USGS. That's because USGS doesn't care to show them. Both of those were 2.0, 2.5 earthquakes here in Australia. Okay, that's what happened today. But again, the agency doesn't want to show them to you. They don't want to show them. Okay? Over here in the Pacific Northwest, I may be talking about earthquakes here in the Pacific Northwest on Thursday. Okay? There are earthquakes here. There are plenty of earthquakes here. This is Kilauea volcano. They're not showing any earthquakes or tremors or anything here, but there are. There are a lot. Further south here is Mount St. Helens. They're not showing anything here as well. Mount St. Helens and Mount Rainier are getting ready to erupt. Over here to the east, this is Mount Adams. Mount Adams is steaming. There are tremors and minor earthquakes here as well. Tremors and minor earthquakes here at Mount Adams. Further to the south, we've had earthquakes here at Mount Hood today. They're not showing any, are they? Further south over here at Mount Bachelor. Further south over here to Newberry Volcano. And south of there to Sisters Volcano as well. They're not showing any of that. Crater Lake also. They're not showing any of that. There are plenty of earthquakes here. But again, this is in the United States. You would think that the USGS would want to show this to you. But they're not. They're not doing it. Why not? Inquiring minds want to know. We see plenty of earthquakes up here in Alaska. They're still not showing everything here as well. They're just not going to do it. They don't believe they have to. They don't believe they have to. Now, does anybody have any questions? Like I say, I don't see anybody here in the chat. I know it's late. Here on the East Coast, it's now 11:20 p.m. I wouldn't blame you for not being here. I wouldn't blame you at all. Texas Lady says she's listening too. Thank you very much, Texas Lady. We appreciate you. But I wanted to make sure you have this information after we got through with the testing. Okay? We're here. Our computer's fixed. I'm very happy about that. We will be broadcasting here from the computer tomorrow evening. If anything else happens tonight or in the morning, we'll be back here on the air to tell you about it as soon as the information becomes available. I hope you all have a good night and good evening. Take care. Do know that I love you. I care. We'll see you on the other side. B972 is asking, are there volcanoes on the east coast of Pennsylvania? Yes. Yes, there are. There's volcanoes in Boston. There's volcanoes in New York. There's volcanoes in Connecticut. There is a volcano here in North Carolina. There's a volcano in South Carolina. I understand there's a volcano in Florida as well. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. Now, guys, if you want to help us, you can give us a super chat here in the chat. Give us a donation here in the form of super chat. Within the next 10 minutes, I'm going to have the program description right below this video tonight. Within the next 10 minutes, I'll have a program description up here. At the top of that program description, you're going to see a way to join as a member of our EMA family here on YouTube. Right below that, you're going to see our email address, rltnspdema@gmail.com. Right below that, you're going to see our address here in Morganton, North Carolina. 104 North Green Street, Box 105. Morganton, North Carolina. Morganton, North Carolina. The zip code here is 28655. You can send us a card or a letter and wrap your donation up in the letter or put it in the center of the card and send it. We have people do that all the time. Right below our address there at the top of the program description, you're going to see our PayPal and our Venmo locations. You can help us by contributing to our PayPal or our Venmo. We'd greatly appreciate it. Matlock is asking, how will the upcoming solar minimum affect volcanic activity? I'm going to tell you right now. Right now, we're right smack dab in the middle of a solar maximum. Right smack dab in the middle of the solar maximum. Last week, Earth facing, we had two great big huge sunspots. Two great big huge sunspots that were spewing plasma radiation towards Earth. Plasma radiation was traveling at several million miles a second. 7 million miles a second. That plasma radiation hit the Earth. It's continuing to hit the Earth. Today, we've had at least 10 M-class flares. I think we've had 11 M-class flares today. Not to be outdone. By tomorrow, we are supposed to be getting an X-class flare. The X-class flare is very dangerous. If it's an X-class 1 or 2, it's not that bad. However, we have seen X-class 12s before. The X-class flare 12 will be very bad. Okay? Could be very bad. The solar flares that are launching off this plasma radiation causes earthquakes. They do affect earthquake activity. If we get a large enough solar flare, it will launch that solar radiation, this plasma radiation, out to the Earth. And when it hits, we see a definite increase there's always a definite increase in the amount and the strength of the earthquakes. That's going to happen. It's absolutely going to happen. 2 weeks ago, we had a 7.2 or 7.4, I don't remember, over in Vanuatu in the South Pacific. Caused by what? Solar flares. Solar flares. Okay? Earth-facing solar flares. Like I said, this past weekend we had 2 great big huge sunspots. Great big huge sunspots. Sunspots thousands of miles wide. Literally thousands and thousands of miles wide. Almost taking up the lower side of the solar disk. That big. Yes, those flares cause earthquakes. They also cause things to happen to our body, our mind. They cause muscle aches and pain. They cause joint pain as well. They can cause heart attacks. They even can cause heart attacks, guys. Matlock, that was a great question. Do any of you have any other questions here? Don't be afraid to ask, because I do have answers. If I don't have answers, I will get the answers for you. That I promise you. That I promise you guys. Don Patogas here. Don, thank you for being here, brother. Don says this channel is about information awareness, necessary for the continuity and continued existence of humanity, to be precise. You and yours and mine. Thank you, Don, for that. I appreciate it. Guys, if you don't have anything more, I will close this program out, and I will, within the next 10 minutes, put up a program description beneath this video. That way you'll have it. I ask the Lord to bless you and protect you, and to be with you always. God be with you until we meet again. We'll see you on the other side.